Our new reading lesson today is My Adventure. It's a story focusing on going through an adventure using a series of events. Questions for discussion. Have you ever been through an adventure? How can you describe it? Of course, many of us have been through an adventure in their life. It could be an exciting experience, sometimes risky or undertaking. Adventures may be activities for physical danger such as traveling, exploring, mountain climbing, river rafting, or participating in sports. What is the importance of using vivid descriptive pictures in writing a story? Description creates a vivid picture for the reader. It allows them to open a gateway to the story and imagine themselves within the fictional world. It helps the reader to build a fully formed picture in their mind's eye. It makes an ordinary story a great one. So, without using descriptive, a story will be flat, unemotional, and boring. Here we have some vocabulary words to help you understand more. Survival, living. Stillness, motionless, silent. Massive, huge, big, large. Swelling, stretching, spreading. Snarled, barked, growled. Open page 224 and let's figure out what the picture is talking about. The picture focuses on a child named Mark who lived an exciting game while wandering the forest alone and facing a huge bear. The bear was mounting the tree, swelling out his body on both sides of the tree trunk. That made Mark feel death was very near, as the bear was crawling and was close upon him. Suddenly, the branch broke and hit the bear in the throat. So the wounded bear's body rolled off to the ground. It was the only Mark's way to escape and get rid of the bear. Now open page 225 and let's start reading. My Adventure. Mark never expected that wandering the forest alone would turn into an exciting game and a chance of survival. It started when he was roaming the forest, enjoying the complete stillness, only broken by the birds' chirps and his footsteps against the dry brown leaves when he suddenly heard scratches. He looked around and saw a bear growling down a tree, tearing deep lines in the trunk as she slept. Mark ran to a tree and climbed it swiftly, but while his legs were hanging down like two pieces of ropes, the bear came and struck with her forepaw, and out flew a piece of bloody cloth from Mark's leg. He climbed and climbed. He threw his body across a massive branch before him, shooting upwards. Then he looked around breathlessly. A little movement would throw him off balance. Now, after reading the first paragraph, let's ask some questions. 1. How was Mark's adventure? Mark's adventure was an exciting game and a chance of survival. 2. What did Mark see while he was wandering the forest alone? While Mark was wandering the forest alone, he saw a bear growling down a tree, tearing deep lines in the trunk as she slept. 3. How did Mark climb the tree? Mark climbed it swiftly. Why were Mark's legs like two pieces of ropes? Mark's legs like two pieces of ropes because the bear came and struck with her forepaw, and out flew a piece of bloody cloth from Mark's leg. Now let's continue the second paragraph. The bear was mounting the tree on the other side. It crawled on. He heard her claws scrape and saw her body swelling out on both sides of the tree trunk. The bear caught sight of him. She eyed him steadily. Slowly, she stretched out a paw and caught a thick branch. She crawled carefully out on it. He saw its opened jaws and the bloodshot eyes coming to him. He felt death is very near. He sat hopeless, tongue-tied. Now let's ask, what did Mark hear and see? Mark heard her claws scrape and saw her body swelling out on both sides of the tree trunk. How did the bear stretch out a paw and caught a thick branch? Slowly, the bear stretched out a paw and caught a thick branch. Now, let's continue the third paragraph. The bear kept on crawling and was close upon him. Suddenly, the branch broke. A sharp, fine edge of the branch hit her in the throat. The wounded bear snarled. It stuck its claws deep into the wood, but its body rolled off to the ground. Then Mark inched down the tree, feeling his way, never looking down at the ground until finally his foot felt the cold wet grass. It shocked him for a moment and then jumped down. Landing on his hands and knees, he got up and ran as fast as wind. Now let's ask, what happened suddenly? Suddenly, the branch broke and a sharp fine edge of the branch hit the bear in the throat. What did Mark do then? Then Mark inched down the tree, feeling his way, never looking down at the ground until finally his foot felt the cold, wet grass. How was Mark finally saved? Mark was finally saved when he jumped down, landing on his hands and knees. He got up and ran as fast as wind.